the basis of this question is, how can you make decision making confidently when you become more and more insightful into the flawed space of your mind? Dude, for me, it's all explained by a quote. Shock horror to the guy that fucking loves everything, explains everything with a quote. Ultimately, happiness in life comes down to the discomfort between choosing to become aware of your mental afflictions or the discomfort of becoming ruled by them. You can choose to be aware of your mental afflictions, or you can be ruled by them. And I want to be aware of them. Yes, that is going to bring with it a whole host of insight about the fact that, well, fuck, I was so confident previously that this was the right thing to do, but now I see how inherently broken and flawed and uncertain and winging it everybody, including myself, is. How can I have any how did I ever make any decision before? How did I ever make any sort of big commitment? I think one of the problems that you have is that you increase the grandiosity and the importance of the decisions that you're making further than they need to. Most decisions are reversible in one form or another. If any decision is reversible, you can make it pretty much immediately because you can turn it around. Like you leave a job, okay, you go to do a thing, but you can get a new job, presumably, unless it's a very rare job or something that you're not going to be able to replicate. But if you're in a sales role, like everybody needs a good salesperson. So, okay, leave the job, try the thing, and then go back to it. When it comes to your idea of spend the rest of my life with a girl I'm seeing, can't separate the wanting of closeness and comfort from the rational assessment of what's good for me. I don't know why the desire for closeness and the rational assessment of what's good for you wouldn't be the same thing. Like, it seems quite rational to want closeness. It seems like if you're enjoying something, what's more rational than that? Also, I would try and pull you out of your own head. I'm aware that, like, I'm saying this, Mr. Cerebral, but the more that I've tried to sort of embody emotions in that way. In fact, there was a really great study done. There was a guy who needed, either he was in an accident or he needed an area of his brain removing. And this area of his brain was associated with emotion. And the problem was that they asked him, I think, what time tomorrow he wanted to have his next interview with the doctors that were conducting the study. And it took 30 minutes for him to not choose until someone suggested a day and he just agreed, because without any emotional valence, no decision, your priority set is constructed through emotions. Like, it's just vibes, bro, is so true. The more that I think about it, the more that I learn about life, the more I'm convinced that it's just vibes. So I actually think that relying less on rationality and not praying at the feet of that, like if you did a thing and it felt good and you didn't regret doing it tomorrow, what else is there? Like, it was right in the moment and it was right in the future. I don't think that you need to try and be able to predict every individual permutation like in fucking dark matter. You don't need to be able to predict how everything's going to go. You just find something that feels right, go with it. If it's a reversible decision, you'll be fine. If it's something that you can do step by step, that's also fine. You'll be all right. You're paying way more attention to all of this stuff than anybody else is. So if you can learn to just release a little bit more instead of tightening up, I think everything will be good.